Hey everybody, Tim and Miranda here for today's review of Doctor Who Story 218, two-parter, season 5, finale. The Pandorica opens.
It's Pandora's box.
The Big Bang, which
Pandora's
is actually
box.
the orgasm at the end.
No, it's not.
It is.
No, it's not.
It's
not an orgasm. No.
So the Big Bang is actually a reference to Rory and Amy, who have now gotten married. They have sex on the TARDIS, and spoiler alert, that is what is conceiving River.
Melody.
And that's the Big Bang, is Rory getting off.
I feel like that's
not
actually
that is. That's the inside joke.
Not what they actually did.
100%. Okay. Look it up. Moffat has flat out said he has literally said the Big Bang is them conceiving Melody.
I feel like it's the TARDIS blowing up in the episode, but that's okay.
Does the TARDIS blow up?
Technically, yes, but also technically no.
Well, if it came between having an orgasm and the TARDIS exploding, I know which one the bang's gonna be.
The TARDIS exploding, but that's okay. I'm gonna look it up just for you guys so that you don't have to think about Rory and Amy having sex.
Think about worse.
You could. Like Matt Smith's 15-year-old body.
And River.
And River.
So we get a lot of
anyways,
we get a lot of references in that, which as much as I don't mind
this. There's so many references, but I feel like half of them I didn't actually catch because maybe it's because I haven't watched old Who, but because when she starts, so the whole point of this is there's this big giant box, Pandora's box or Pandorica, that is trying to open something from the inside is trying to open out, and
which there's nothing in it. So I don't know what's even trying to get out.
That didn't actually make sense either towards the end of the episode. But, so all the aliens and stuff.
We see Cybermen, Daleks, Sontarans,
so the ones that we
Jadoon.
see are ones that we've already seen.
Which the Jadoon are like police. I don't know why
the lizard girls. The lizard
Silurians.
Silurians. So we see those as well. So we see Cybermen, Daleks, Sontarans, the Jadoon on the moon.
A platoon of Jadoon.
A platoon of Jadoon on the moon. And say it again. The
Silurians.
So we actually see all those.
See, I can't say Slytherin. I can't say that
Slovene.
I can't say that, but she can't say Silurians. That's
because there's so many that have like somewhat of the same names, but so we see those ones. But when River is like naming them off of all the spaceships and stuff that are outside, like basically waiting for this thing to open, she names off so many.
She names
I don't even know what they are. I'm like, I'm assuming that's old Doctor references and stuff. But she names,
if it did, I didn't even notice. But
she names at least 15 different things, but we only see a handful of them.
See, this isn't anything of what I was talking about.
Oh, okay, go.
I was talking about the opening scene where we see Vincent Van Gogh, we see Winston Churchill, we see the Queen lady from the Space Whale episode.
Yeah, because
literally none of it makes sense. What is the point of seeing all of these people return?
And Churchill's the first one that we see, and I was like, why are we watching?
Vincent.
No, I thought it was Churchill on the phone, and then it shows the Vincent scene of him in the bed.
No, Vincent's crying first, and then it's Churchill calling River.
Okay. In jail.
You're
right.
Which we still haven't really talked about, but that's all next season.
Yeah, so we see
but all of those references, if you cut out that whole opening scene of Vincent, Churchill and the Queen from Space Whale Land, you lose 5 minutes of the episode. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, but I feel like part of it does go along with it because it does because it shows because Vincent had the vision and painted it. And everything of the TARDIS blowing up, and then Churchill is calling to get a hold of the Doctor, but gets a hold of River instead. Who's the Doctor?
Who's in jail?
Doctor Song. Who's in jail?
And
gets a phone call.
Which is kind of so we're not really, but we're kind of keeping track of her timeline.
Yeah.
The last time we saw her in the Angel episode, she said, "Oh, the next time I'll see you is when the Pandorica opens."
Oh, yes, she does.
And then in this one, Amy says that. She's like, well, you told us the next time we'd see you is the Pandorica opens. And she's like, I might have told you that later,
Spoilers.
but I don't know that now.
Yeah.
So spoilers.
Yeah. Spoilers.
So we're kind of getting to those moments where we're seeing
where it kind of
River, who doesn't know everything. And so we're kind of getting to that midpoint.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
But I feel like it kind of does throw towards the episode because it shows all these good people. And then, like, once... like, they get to the Pandorica, it, like, starts naming off all these people that he's battled and stuff. Mm. So, I mean, to me, it shows, like, all the people on his side, and then all the people that aren't on his side.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, I don't know.
Part of my favorite is actually, like, the weird, like, time travel-y parts. So, like, if you go back to Martha Jones' first episode... Mm-hmm. Where she runs into the doctor and he takes his tie off and gives it to her. And then when she sees him, she's like, you gave me this. And he's like, I did? Why? That's weird. And then later on, you find out why. Yeah. And you're like, oh, that's brilliant. Yeah. I love stuff like that. Where it comes to, like, it's time travel, but it's, like, time travel for dummies.
Yep.
Where it's so simple that us at home drunk are like, I get it. And so for that moment where it's like Rory with the dead Amy, mm-hmm. and the doctor keeps popping
back up,
and you're like, what? And then once we loop back around to them being in the museum, and he's like, oh shit, I forgot. Here, give me a pen. And you're like, oh, it connected.
So, which this also connects to a previous episode that we were talking about, that Tim was like, oh, did you catch the blooper? Bitch, was it actually a blooper? What?
I think it was.
So
the same episode, the Angel River episode.
Yeah. So Tim still thinks it's a blooper that they accidentally. So he.
There's a lot of
losing
rumors.
His jacket, and then in a part where he's talking to Amy with her eyes closed and stuff, he shows up back with his jacket on.
So it's
just fucking nowhere.
In the moment where Amy has to keep her eyes closed. And so the doctor does not have a jacket on, and he's like, I'm River and I are gonna leave. I'll be right back. And he goes to leave, and then he's right back. But now he has his jacket back on, and he's talking to her. And even when he's talking to her, it's a really awkward conversation. Yeah. And then he leaves again.
It's a do you trust me conversation. Like, please trust me conversation.
So there's a couple rumors. The one rumor is like what Miranda believes it was fully intended. They already knew the Big Bang episodes. They meant to do it. The other rumor is it was completely by accident. They forgot about his wardrobe, and they were like,
somebody said something, and because they were like, oh shit.
It was 2009, so as soon as it aired, people are like, well, what about his jacket? Yeah. And so they're like, shit, how do we fix this? And so then they inserted that scene in this
to like kind of
part of that is, if you notice, when he's time traveling, she can kind of hear him. Yeah. In that one part is when she can clearly hear him, and he touches her and everything. Yep. Like, no other part can she see him or hear him clearly. So it doesn't 100% fit. Like, it fits for what it works for.
Yeah.
But it goes from, like, she can kind of hear his echo.
Yeah.
Like, because it goes back to the Lodger episode where he's like, Amy! And she's like, what was that?
Yep.
And that's about it, too. Like, he's holding her hand, having a conversation with her. So it's similar, but it's not 100%.
So you guys will have to tell us, like, what you think, if it was a mistake, or if they actually intentionally put that in there in the previous episode to kind of match up with
honestly this. Either way, if it was planned, that is like 10 episodes separating them, so they did great. If it was like oh fuck, how do we fix this, and they threw it together,
it was so great.
That's still better than anything I would have come up with. So like, how do we make a time travel where he gets a jacket back?
Darn.
So we get that one. The 2,000 year lone Sauturian Roman soldier Rory.
Yeah.
I do love that scene. Where he's like completely ignoring Rory, but he keeps saying his name.
He keeps talking to him. Like
I feel like there's something right in front of my face.
And he goes to leave, and then he comes back. And
you hear the guns drop.
And he just stands there and just.
I love how.
And Rory's like, yeah.
Rory's just like moving, like, I'm right here.
It's right there in front of you, idiot.
One of the best scenes in all of Doctor Who, because I'm such a fan of River Song, is when the Dalek is with her and she's like, my name is River Song, check your database. And the Doctor's like, Mercy, say it again. mercy. Which is actually a play off of Doctor. The Doctor has said, I am the Doctor.
Yeah.
Check your database.
Yeah.
Which people have made memes about where River and the Doctor are literally just quoting each other.
I feel like they do, though.
So through the whole thing. And there are so many
Especially
inside
River,
jokes.
for sure.
Because, like, the first time the Doctor ever meets
Spoilers.
River, she's like, I'm an archaeologist. I point at archaeologists and I laugh.
Yeah.
Spoilers, when Amy actually gives birth to her daughter, the first thing Matt Smith does is point and laugh at the baby.
I didn't notice that. I'll have to,
Because she's an archaeologist. I point at him and laugh.
We'll
so
get there and pay attention.
all sorts of stuff. Yeah. I don't know the angels know.
I don't know what you brought up.
No.
Like, what that was
I was
for.
so drunk by that point.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the wedding. Where, like, it's almost like a soft reboot. Like, everything kind of...
So, wait. Before we get there, the Doctor gets locked to the Pandorica, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, okay.
Amy technically dies-ish.
Mm-hmm.
The
Rory,
Doctor
like, kills her.
Yeah. Not on purpose.
Oh, it's okay then.
It's okay then.
Whatever.
So the Doctor, like, during his little time loop thing, like, going back and forth, gives Rory his, screwdriver, which that was actually pretty funny to me, because he tells him, take this, go open the Pandorica, let me out, kind of thing, and so he does. He goes and opens it, and the Doctor's like, how'd you do that? You give me this.
No, I didn't.
No, I didn't. Obviously you did. It's right here in my fucking hand, bitch. Like, obviously you did. And, yeah, it's pretty funny. So that
angry.
happens. I know, right?
Yes, you did!
Yes, you did! You obviously gave it to me, because how else would I open this? Point and press the button.
Yeah,
there you go.
I think that's what he says. Yep.
Yeah. And then at the end of the episode, Amy and Rory, like, they're supposed to forget, technically.
Oh, yeah.
Like, everybody else forgets everything that's
and
happened.
that River fucks it all up.
And the Doctor, like, basically says, hey, I want you to live a happy life with your parents. Here you go. Goodbye. But Amy still remembers slightly, and so does...
I don't remember what happened
and
to her
she
parents.
keeps... I feel like they...
Like, in the first episode of Amy, she lives in the house by herself, but I
Mhm.
don't remember why, like, her parents
I
aren't
don't
there.
remember either.
Must
I feel
not
like
be
it had
important.
something to do with a crack in the wall, but I'm not sure.
Craig.
But so at the wedding, like, Amy just starts crying again, like, randomly crying, and Rory's like, why are you crying? Blah, blah, blah. And then she goes on this little speech.
I love it.
Raggedy
Man, you are late to my wedding!
I remember you! Raggedy Man, you are late to my wedding! And then, like, there's, like, a little earthquake of the TARDIS coming in, and then he just pops out in a suit and starts dancing with everybody.
Can't even do his dance.
I can't.
I love how it's a bunch of little kids, too.
Yeah, it's dancing with him. And then he goes to leave, and River shows up again, and she's like, you always dance at weddings. And
I love it!
And he's like...
Yes! That is the best part.
And then he asks River if she's married, and what else?
He's like, are you married? Fuck it, I forgot. I don't want to fuck it up, but I'm going to.
I know.
Where he's like, are you married, or do you ever want to get married? And she's like, yes. Wait, did you think I was proposing to you, or were you answering the question?
Yes.
God, I love it.
It's pretty funny,
good.
though, yeah.
And see, that's the thing. So, like, granted, they've done the Big Finish audio with, like, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 Doctors with River, and we've seen 10 in River, and 11 with River, and 12 with River, and stuff like that. But something about, like, Matt Smith. Like, with River. Like, even, like, David Tennant is such a good character, and I love David Tennant as the Doctor. But every time I saw David Tennant, I hate Rose so much that even though it was a Donna episode, I still felt like this Rose cloud over Dave Tennant. And I don't know where Dave Tennant came from.
Like,
and, but I know even David Tennant and, Alex Kingston, who plays River, have done Big Finish audio together. Yeah. Like the 10 and River adventures. But I don't know what it, like, Matt Smith, for whatever reason. I think it's just his personality.
Like his young personality. Like, fun-loving personality.
But that's the thing. Technically, he's older than Alex.
No, I know.
David Tennant.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but, like, with her, like, because he does have that childish personality with her.
But they go together so well.
Yeah.
And especially when Amy and, like, River blow up his poor Fez. Because Fezes are cool.
Fezes are cool. Oh yeah, which that was something that I brought up when he had his fez on. I was like,
now.
oh yo, his ears are so big. Like it just his ears, like that's all I could see. And Tim's like, I didn't even notice that before.
Didn't know.
And he's like, but now that's all I'm gonna see.
Dumbo ears.
So even without his fez on, Tim's like, his ears are so big.
You ruined Matt Smith for me.
I didn't mean to like ruin it.
But kind of like you said, like, because that's the weird thing about Doctor Who is you can't really talk like, oh well, I mean, like Matt Smith is younger than David Tennant, but David Tennant's technically younger than Matt Smith.
I just think it's that personality.
I think, and that's the thing. Like, I love Matt Smith so much because of his personality. Yeah. He's so off the wall. He's so over the top.
Yeah.
But he has like this, like 9 because he was like the war, like just gotten out of it. Everything was so dark and so sad.
Yeah.
And David Tennant, like as much as I like David Tennant, he was so obsessed with Rose, and he was a snarky bitch. Let's be real. Like there were his moments where, like he even said like there was the one episode where he's like, "Am I being mean?" And I think it was Martha's like a little bit.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
he was like, basically, I don't care.
Yeah, and he's like, oh well. Okay. And then there's the whole like Time Lord Victorious, where like David Tennant was so like, fuck everything, I control the laws of time. Yeah. And Matt Smith just regressed into this like, I just want to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the other thing. Like, David Tennant literally was like making out with every single one of his companions. And Matt Smith's like, nope, you're married. Like, you two are together. Gross. I'm just here for a good time. Yep. You're my daughter-in-law. And so it's just like, I don't know. That's what I love about Matt Smith. He has so much fun. And I think him and River actually have such a great chemistry.
They do.
And out of all the Doctors, we see Eleven and River together the most. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I think that's they play so much.
Well together. Like.
Yeah. Because, I mean, Moffat still wrote for 12, and we, like, out of all the stories, like, it's 11 and River the most, by far the most. So, like, I want to say River's almost in every episode next season. And so, I don't know, I really liked just all of their scenes together.
But, like, these last few episodes of this season and stuff were really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. Even though, like, I love the Amy and Rory like, I love all of their episodes and stuff, but, like,
especially the very end where they have a big bang.
Wow. That's not what happens, but that's okay. But, like, the last few episodes and stuff, like, with them in it are probably the best.
Agreed.
Probably from Vincent Van Gogh to this one.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Like to these last two.
Which we've commented, like we've done 5 seasons so far. It doesn't matter which Doctor. This is the 11th Doctor. Every Doctor, the first season's the roughest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, with maybe the first Doctor, because he is literally the first Doctor. Every Doctor, the first season, at least the first few episodes, are like, it's
why
like,
did
what
we
are you
start
doing?
Watching this?
Because I think even the Lodger episode, as great as that one is, was written for David Tennant.
Oh, I think we talked about that when we watched it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I had a lot of fun. So I'm really, really excited to see where it goes.
Me too.
Any closing thoughts for this 2-parter or for this season?
No.
Because as of right this second, there's 12 seasons. So we are almost halfway. We're almost caught up.
So proud of
Whoa,
us right now.
Look at us. Okay, anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay.
That's it.
For those who have seen this 2-parter, Story 218, the Pandorica opens, the Big Bang, what did you think about it? Our introduction from beginning to end for season 5 with Matt Smith, with Mr. and Mrs. Pond. No, that's not how it works. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is.
It is. Love it. It's so great. Poor Rory.
Rory just goes with it. Okay, fuck you, bye.
Yeah, it is.
I guess that works.
It's so great. So what did you think about the season altogether? What did you think about the 2 stories together? Go ahead, let us know. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. And we will see you guys for the return of Matt Smith in A Christmas Carol.